y'all sing. This is the day. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Sing that again. Oh, this is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I will rejoice.
Good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. Welcome to the weekly roundup. This is the Grace Christian School show where we come to you every week and we share with you everything that is going on here at Grace Christian School. It is a wonderful time to be here at the school. Everything is so fresh because of all the rain. And I see we have a lot of viewers already popping in. Rachel said she saw the snowy owl, has seen her 3 times. Sandy, welcome from Texas. We're glad that you're tuning in. Yes, that was the snowy tundra owl on our opening screen. Snowy, I don't know if her name's Snowy or if I've just named, or if it's a her or a him, is known nationwide. I've gotten tons of phone calls from friends. Hey, your school's in Cypress. Have you seen the owl? No, I haven't seen the owl. I hear the owl hangs out more over by the Garden Grove part of Cypress. So I hear it's kind of like Disneyland. Everybody's going to see the snowy owl. And people are being really good neighbors, letting people come into backyards and see things like that. Hey, you know what's even more important than the snowy owl is Sophie. And that was Sophie on the opening screen riding a pony. And that's part of our weekly roundup, where we ask you guys to send in pictures, riding horses, doing things in nature, and just showing this wonderful world that God has given all of us. Well, I haven't told you who I am. I'm Sheriff P, and I thank you for tuning in to the weekly roundup. We have a really, really big show in store for you today. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or a bevy of some sort and sit back and enjoy the show. Get a piece of paper or a pencil. You've got a lot of notes to take. You know what? The best way to stay informed is by subscribing to this channel. That way you immediately know if you've logged into YouTube, hey, they have a new video up. If you want to be notified immediately when we go live, there's a little bell that you can ring, and that will send an email to you and let you know that we have a show going live with GCS Weekly Roundup. Christy, Mrs. O'Rood, tries to email everybody as soon as we're going live so that you know the show is on. There is so much going on. First off, let's talk about the rain. The rain has been doing a ton of stuff around here, and I've told you before, we want you to arrive alive. Do not worry when it's raining about getting here quickly and going and making a situation dangerous. We do not issue tardies on rainy mornings because we want the kids to get here and be safe. And we do not want to add any additional stress to anyone's life during a heavy rainy morning. We are already up to 37 viewers. I'd like to welcome all of you to the weekly roundup. I'm Sheriff P, and we've got a great show in store for you. You know what today is? Today is Career Day, and we have kids coming to school dressed up to show you what they'd like to be. Here's a few of the kids and what they said. All right. What do you want to be?
A veterinarian. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a horse jumper. Police officer. I want to be a police officer. I want to be a Disney worker. What are you supposed to be? I want to be a fireman, just like my dad. I want to be a teacher.
I support our military and the people who want a career in the military.
Wow, we have tons of kids and staff members who are dressed up. It is so great. Hey, give us a thumbs up right now for all of the kids who came out and dressed up for Career Day. Give a thumbs up for our military workers, our veterans. Kimberly, good morning. Great to see you. very about the rain and no tardies. Thank you. You're very welcome. I'm glad that we could do that. I understand I had kids once, and I still have kids, but they drive themselves now. But I completely understand the rush in the morning. But give those kids a thumbs up. And our military, it's a great career day. It's a lot of fun. You know, security and safety is paramount here at Grace Christian School. We continually do things to keep our campus safe, to keep our campus secure. One of the things about keeping it safe is preventing from flooding. We've had quite a few parents and even some staff members who went to this school when it was a public school when they were kids, and they remember being evacuated off of the campus numerous times because of flooding. We've also had friends talk to us about neighboring schools that have had to close or classrooms have flooded out. I want to introduce you to these three gentlemen right here. They're our maintenance team, and they work diligently year-round, working to implement our safety plans. You may have walked around on campus yesterday and noticed there was no flooding. No flooding in the classrooms, no flooding anywhere. And when the water, even after that big rainstorm where we got like 3/4 of an inch in 30 minutes, the water was gone within 15 minutes. And it's because of pre-planning. These gentlemen did some real ingenious things. We've had some firefighter parents and other parents just marvel at what we've done. So throughout campus in selected areas, we've gone in and dug trenches and deep holes where we have the water flow to where there's rocks. And then not we, because I'm not out there doing it, our facilities team, the minute it starts raining, they have pre-designed pumps that they take out to all of these different locations with electrical secured outlets that are waterproof, that we put these pumps in, and we disperse the water either to the playground or to the grass so that we're able to get the water away from classrooms and eliminate flooding. It really is quite ingenious the way this is set up throughout campus. And they turn these on when the rain starts, so it really never gets a chance to really flood up. Then we push all of our water down the playground to the field. And if you've ever played soccer out there, you'll know there are drains. There's 7 drains that go along the playground in the middle. Many of the schools, they just see those drains, but our maintenance guys have spent numerous hours going through and clearing out tons of dirt from those drains because they all connect. Then they go to a culvert at the end, and all that water then drains right into the sewer. And it gets off of our campus immediately. So because of these three outstanding gentlemen working very hard, Lewis, Mr. Rory, and Mr. Jeff, our campus stays safe, it stays dry, and just, give them a big round of applause when you see them, pat them on the back, because even if it's pouring, they're out there setting these things up, and it does make a huge difference. You walk around campus today, and most of the water is gone other than kind of like Lake Grace that is out there, but it's almost completely gone at this point, and that's because of the pre-planning from these gentlemen. I know I like to spend a lot of time talking about this, but this is just one component that we use to think about safety. Yes, let's see here. Rachel says thank you, and Tara is big clapping for them. Thank you very much for that. We greatly appreciate it. Yes, they do it, and I'm going to start taking opportunities over the upcoming weekly roundups to share more safety protocols and security things that we do with you. It's re-enrollment time, and we have talked about that, and many of you are logging in. You're getting through the re-enrollment process, and I can't thank you enough. If something comes up, you're letting us know. Right now, we're finding a little bit of a clog in the preschool, and the reason for that is there's so many different options. You're a 5-day-a-week preschool student, you're a 3-day-a-week preschool student, you're a 2-day-a-week preschool, full-time, half-day, or you're getting promoted from the preschool into the kindergarten. So we have seen some issues there that we're really trying to rectify and correct. This is like a staff appreciation day because I really want to call out the office staff. Mrs. Aru has spent the last couple of days on the phone with RenWeb, really trying to work this through, take care of issues the minute she hears about them, and we're correcting those on the back end. Mrs. Campbell is also doing that with the finances. She's on the phone, and every time she does something, she's reaching out to Mrs. Aru so that she can change it in the front office. and on there. And the other two, Mrs. Mullaney and Mrs. Wolfner, are right there also, providing Mrs. O'Rue with that support to be able to keep us up. And it's just not as easy as throwing a switch as you would think, or as they try to sell it to you when they come out. It will make enrollment a lot easier, but there is a steep learning curve, and we appreciate each of you parents working with us through this. There are some things I do want to tell you, though. Mrs. Ponce, she was the first one to enroll. The minute it went live, she was on. She went through the entire process, and you are not fully enrolled until you pay your fees and do that last page. Because of that, she won a appropriate Grace Christian School umbrella that she's going to be able to use when it starts raining again on Saturday. So Mrs. Ponce, congratulations. We're glad you can win this umbrella. It's in the office for you. All you have to do is come by and pick it up. Another thing that's extremely important is January 31st is the last day for open enrollment for our current families. There's a couple things that you need to know. On February 1st, there are people who are not in the Grace Christian School family at the moment that want to be, are going in and starting to complete applications, and they're just pending there. So when the clock strikes February 1st, let's see here, Christina, yay, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Yes, you won the umbrella. You are the winner. So congratulations, and thank you for being the first person to re-enroll. That's pretty exciting. And so let me get back to this important information. The important information is January 31st at midnight ends re-enrollment for our current GCS families. On February 1st at 12:01 a.m., any outside families who want to get into Grace, it opens the portal for them. So anyone who is pre-enrolled on their side, it just starts taking them in order. And we don't want you to be left out. We want to keep every one of our Grace Christian School families. So please get in there, do the enrollment. Now, you may say, okay, I'm not sure. We're thinking about, we're moving for sure. And we know that we won't be back at Grace. We're moving to Texas. And that seems to be the standard statement. You still need to go in and let us know. There's a toggle right there that we will not be returning. This helps the office staff be able to facilitate that out. It saves on phone calls to make sure that you saw the re-enrollment form. So number one, whether you're returning or not, if you're moving out of state, you still need to go in and let us know that. Number two, priority pre-enrollment ends on January 31st at midnight, and then open enrollment to the entire public starts on February 1st. And Mrs. Mullaney has been giving lots of tours. A lot of people are excited. You know, who wouldn't be excited about this amazing campus, outstanding teachers, all the different programming that we offer. And the other thing is, they get you great parents, our great students, to be able to go together. Now, you may have saw this slide a little earlier that snuck in. Yesterday, with the preschool patter, was PJs and pancakes. What a perfect day. You could wear your PJs. It was raining out. I saw some kids in robes, and they were getting pancakes. Oh, they smelled so good. But PJs and pancakes was going on, and they're getting ready for the Roadrunner ride. The Roadrunner ride is going to be rolled out and kicked off this Friday. And up there, you see that video in the corner. That's last year's Roadrunner ride. All the kids are out there. They get to dress their bikes up or their scooters in a special theme. We give out some prizes, and they go out and have a lot of fun. It's also a good team builder for our school. You'll see some older junior hires there. That's our National Junior Honor Society, and they give back to our preschool. They give back to our entire school. They help clean chairs. They do reading groups. They help with the Roadrunner ride, and they do a lot on campus. So preschool parents, be ready. This Friday is the kickoff for the Roadrunner ride. Look for your sponsor packets and everything like that. It's coming very soon. Something that we came up with a few years ago, and because we know your lives are all so busy, and we want to do a solid, mainly for the dads. Some moms want to give dads gifts too at Valentine's Day. But here is an opportunity to go in and purchase candy that can be delivered by Seas for the same price that you're getting in the stores. And you can do that now. Go on, order a box of candy to be delivered, and you can leave your note. It's the love that counts, and you won't be pressed at the last minute on February 14th with all the other last minute Friday Charlies going, oh my goodness, I got to get something for my wife, and then you go and get something at Target or Stater Brothers and get them some good chocolate. Get them C's, and this, and every piece of chocolate you buy also helps our school. But most importantly, we're doing this. It's a yum raiser, but it helps you take one more thing off your mind. You can order candy for your mom, your grandma, your beloved wife, or wives. I know husbands love chocolate too. Make sure you send them some chocolate. But anyway, the C's flyer is available on our website. It's also gone home, and this is done mainly as a service for you, and we hope that you can utilize that. Next, I want to talk about baptism. Baptism, we gave you a peek under the tent 2 weeks ago that this is coming, and let me give you a little bit more clarification what's happening. Miss Cinco and Mrs. Clark are going to be offering a baptism class, and they are going to be sending flyers home we're sending flyers home school-wide, but there's going to be a letter coming home on the lower side, which is our TKers through our third graders. And the letter is going to be to moms and dads talking a little bit about baptism, what it's about. There's also going to be some questions that you can start conversations with your child about to see if they are actually ready to be baptized. And then if you feel that they are and you want them to be baptized, there's a permission slip that you can sign with them and send it back, and that will enroll them in a baptism class. It's a 1-day, 1-hour class given by Miss Cinco, and we have a beautiful handout and a little book for them that they will be able to go through to really understand the seriousness and the importance and the love that is given through baptism. Our older kids, same thing, permission slips going home. Parents, the students will go to a baptism class with Mrs. Clark, and she will be going through what baptism is for our 4th graders through 8th grader and getting them ready for the big day of baptism, which is going to be, mark your calendar, on February 21st. February 21st is when we're going to be doing baptisms, and we're going to kind of do it like we do character traits. If we have a student who's in 2nd grade and one in 4th grade and their siblings, they're both going to get baptized, we're going to do it at the same time so that you as a family can be here to celebrate that. And if you want to invite loved ones, you can do that also. We are looking, if it's not siblings, of breaking it up into 2 sections where we will do the littles, our TK through 3rd grade at the first baptism, get everything cleaned, reset, and then we will come back through and do our bigs, our 4th graders through 8th graders, and offer the same exact ceremony. And it's going to be so special. They're going to get a certificate. We're going to have birthday cake there to celebrate their new birthday in Christ. And it's just all the wonderful things that go with baptism we're going to be able to share with you. We've had lots of positive comments. We like to thank Neighborhood Church. They are going to be loaning us their baptismal. It's just their baptismal. I was going to call it baptismal jacuzzi, but they are loaning that to us again this time. And Neighborhood Church, thank you so much. We are working on getting some pastors. I know a couple of you, Rachel, you reached out to us to let us know about your husband being willing to help. We can't thank you enough. We're going to put that list together, and we will be in touch with the pastors as we determine how many students are actually going through baptism. So that is coming very soon, and we look forward to having everyone invite your loved ones. It's going to be a big celebration. We'll have birthday cake there and coffee and punch and everything for all of the participants. The variety show is coming. We haven't gotten very many videos yet, but I understand that it's tough to get right back into the school year, and some of you might have the videos, just haven't sent them in yet. But this flyer is available. It's on our website. It's also been emailed out to everybody. We need your 60-second or less video of something that you want in the talent variety show. It can be anything. Telling jokes. I know some of you are amazing dancers. Some of you even participated in the Nutcracker. Maybe a snippet of you being in the Nutcracker, 60 seconds of that would be wonderful. Some of you are outstanding musicians, you're singers, you're snowboarders, you're water skiers, you're horseback riders. Those are all special gifts and talents that your fellow classmates would like to see. So put it together, 60 seconds or less. If you want to do something as a family, which people have done in the past, we'd love to see that also. And teachers, this challenge is for you also. If a couple of you teachers want to get together, or staff members, I think that would be wonderful. Mrs. Santos, Mrs. Henahan, and Mr. Torres and Miss Cinco put together a wonderful video one year. It was pretty funny. Myself and the ladies in the office, we did Charlie's Angels one year. The sky's the limit on some of the things that you can do that have a lot of fun. And remember, the last day to turn these in is January 27th at 9 a.m. And the reason we need that almost a month of time is so that we can put these together, properly edit them, and get it loaded onto our YouTube channel for the big premiere on February 24th at 7 p.m. It's so great. I think we almost had 1,000 people viewing it last time, watching the show, chatting in the chat room, and just giving everybody love for what they did. So mark your calendars, February 24th, 7 p.m. The talent show will be going on. We're up to 45 viewers right now. We're doing awesome. The next big thing coming is the t-shirt contest. And let me just 1 second to slide up here. I think I got my slide out of order. Is the t-shirt contest, that is all done. We've received all of the t-shirt entries at this point, and we are setting up that they are going to get to vote on these. And Rachel, sounds good. Thank you very much. The students are going to vote on these next week, and we will figure out who the winner is going to be. It's voted on by our student body, and they select the winners. You know what? Some of you have called Mrs. Mullaney about being a corporate sponsor. Although the cutoff was January 10th, you can still do that till this Friday, and that would pretty much be a hard cut. And the reason for it is she needs to get artwork so that you're properly displayed on our website, you're displayed on the back of the t-shirt, and we give you all the credit we can for being a corporate sponsor for Race for Grace. Don't forget, the race is on March 17th. It's a big family affair day. We'd love for you to be there. Mark your calendars, Race for Grace, March 17th. And you're going to hear about who the t-shirt winner is very soon. And we can't wait to see who's going to win. A lot of great entries. Dads and Donuts is coming January 20th. It's next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. There was an RSVP form that went home. Many of you have turned it in. If not, please turn that in by this Friday. We have to have them. There's some things I kind of want to go over about Dads and Donuts. The RSVPs are due. The donuts are only for the dads or the loved ones. They're not for our students. There's a reason for that. Number one is we don't want to make kids who aren't bringing a loved one feel bad that they're not getting donuts, and we just don't randomly hand out donuts to all the kids to get them on sugar. So that's number one. Number two, we're doing this to make it special for the parents and the loved ones who are coming. Also, some of you have multiple children in our school, and we understand that. So if you need to prearrange that you're going to spend 10 minutes in one class, then go to the next class. We'd love for you to do that and get from class to class. You'll be going to class at 8:30, and you will be done at 9:05. Will there be a live feed for Race for Grace? Yes, we did live feed last year. We're going to try to do that again this year. We do know sometimes it gets a little spotty out there because Race for Grace is on the far end of the playground, but it seemed to work really well last year. The only other issue we did run into was copyrighted music. So we ended up doing the live feed without sound, and that seemed to work pretty well. But back to Dads with Donuts. It's going to be great. We're going to love to have you here. Make sure you know where you're going so you make the most use of your time in class. And it ends at 9:05. And at that point, we'll ask all parents to come forward, all guests on campus, so the rest of the school day can get underway. But we look forward to seeing you dads here. It's going to be a fun morning. Enjoy some coffee, enjoy some donuts, and really see what your child's day looks like when it starts out. So we look forward to having you. Please don't forget to turn those RSVP forms in. They're due by this Friday. We're up to 45 people already. That's pretty good. Pizza with a purpose. Can you believe that? Pieology pizza. It's good pizza. You get to tell them how to make your pizza. It's coming up very soon on January 18th. It is from 5 to 8, and it's the Pieology on Valley View. And this is the flyer that you can get, help support our school, and it gives you an opportunity to not have to cook that night. So take the family out. It's a good cause for the school. It helps us out, helps you out, and pizza with a purpose. It sounds fun. Next up is this wonderful news flash. This news flash comes out every single month within the first week of the month. Mrs. Fortune, Gina Fortune, many of you know her. She does a wonderful job and spends a lot of time putting this together. I highly encourage each of you, if you haven't seen it, it gets emailed to you. It's available on our website, to take some time and go through it. I would say if you look through the news flash, there are probably at least 30 to 50 kids every news flash that are in there in pictures. There's class pictures, there's pictures from the playground, special events, field trips. So if you didn't get to see something, this is a great opportunity. She does a great job of putting it together in color. You could print it at home if you wanted, but Mrs. Fortune does a wonderful job putting this together. I encourage you, if you haven't seen the news flash, to open it up and read through it. It will give you a great synopsis about some things that have happened here at school. And there's also an upcoming calendar that helps out keeping you informed for future events. Parent Support PST meeting is tomorrow in room 13. So we'll see you tomorrow morning for PST. Stop on in. I don't think it's supposed to be raining, but we'll love to see you tomorrow morning at the PST meeting. Next, I talked to you a little about Junior High Finance Day coming, and that's going to be on April 4th, and we're going to do Bite for Reality. But we were talking in my finance class yesterday, and I teach finance to 8th graders, and many of these 8th graders have been here since kindergarten. And we were talking about credit cards, we were talking about gift cards, different rules that apply to gift cards, credit cards, debit cards, and cash. And a couple of the students were really complaining that when their parents bought them a gift card or they bought a gift card at the store, that they were buying a $25 Target gift card and they had to pay $26 or $27 as a service fee to get the gift card. And I said, well, why aren't you buying these gift cards in the office? We sell Target gift cards, Script. And every one of the 8th graders, we sell gift cards at Grace Christian School? Yes, we do. We sell Target, we sell gas, we sell Starbucks, iTunes. They had no clue. And I said, Mrs. Chapman, how many of you know Mrs. Chapman? And many of them raised their hands. How many of you have seen Mrs. Chapman sitting out in front of the school? Hands went up again. What do you think she was doing? Oh, we thought she was just greeting people because she was always saying hi and hello to people. It's Script. Moms and dads, if you don't know about Script is we buy gift cards at a discounted rate, just like the store does, but we don't charge you an upfront service fee. We work that out in advance with all the other Christian schools and nonprofit organizations so that the service charge fees are waived to us so we don't have to pass them on to you. And then you buy the Script at face value and you're helping the school. Instead of paying Stater Brothers $3 for a service charge for a gift card, you can buy the gift card at face value right here and you're still helping the school. So if you didn't know about Script and you want to know more, call the office, talk to Mrs. Wolfner. She would be more than happy to talk to you about Script. We have an order form also on our website with, I would say we have 50 different varieties of cards available right here on campus. And the funny thing is, those 8th graders they really understood, and kids have money, and they've been in the office. That was just yesterday morning. We had 3 junior hires in the office today buying gift cards that they were going to be using for gifts and things later in the day. So parents, Script is real. Students, if you're watching this, yes, we sell gift cards on campus. If you're buying a gift for a classroom teacher, you don't need to go to Target or to Stater Brothers or Ralph's or Vaughn's to buy it. You can buy that gift card right here in the school office. Anyway, that ends that little bit of thing. Next, I want to talk to you about this Living Wise program. This is a program put on by the gas company. And like many of you, I would prefer they don't put these programs on and just charge me a lot less for gas. Have any of you seen your gas bills lately? Holy moly. Anyway, this is a Living Wise kit. It comes with 2 shower heads that reduce water flow, so you'd be saving water, and if you're saving hot water, you're also saving gas. There's also a flow restrictor for a faucet and a bunch of other little goodies in here for outside. The gas company gave us, and we are teaching about being conservative, and we're teaching about being conservative, but we're also teaching about how to conserve things in class as far as resources, how to save it so you can save money. Also how to conserve water, how to conserve gas, how to conserve electricity, and those things have an end result of saving you money. In doing that, teaching those programs, the gas company gave us these. We're going to be sending these packs home with the kids, and if you already have this, pass it on, pay it forward to someone else. If you don't want it, maybe you can sell it on eBay or something like that, or give it to a neighbor. Another thing that we have available for you, the giveaway portion of the weekly roundup is COVID tests. If your family uses COVID tests, or you have a loved one that is compromised and needs a test, you can come by the office. We'd be more than happy to give you some COVID tests. Mrs. Oru oversees that. She can get those to you. And we're not saying come get COVID tests. We're just saying they're available for you so that you're not having to buy them at the grocery store or at the pharmacy or anything like that. It's just basically something for you to help you out. Wow, what a long weekly roundup. Let's see here. We have been talking to you for 30 minutes, and right now I'm at 47 people watching. I hope you gave us a thumbs up for our career day today. I'm going to share that with the kids, and thank you for everybody who has put in comments this morning, and congratulations, Mrs. Ponce, on winning your umbrella. But the weekly roundup, I try to show pictures of kids at the beginning. If you have a picture of your child riding a horse, out in nature somehow, send it to roundup@gcsrr.org, and I will be happy to display it at the front of the weekly roundup when we start. I still have 2 or 3 that will be going into the rotation, and they'll be coming out very soon. But that's it. This New Year's off to a great start. Enrollment's off to a great start. You parents are lighting it up on getting re-enrolled. We can't thank you enough for that. And I tell you every weekly roundup, we consider it a privilege and an honor to partner with you to raise tomorrow's leaders. And we truly believe the leaders of this great nation are enrolled right here at Grace Christian School, and they're learning from some fabulous teachers. I remind you that we pray for you every chance we get. We pray for our families, we pray for our kids, and in return, I just ask that you continue to pray that God puts his hand on our school and just continues to bless our teachers and our staff members as they work with your children. I just publicly here ask that God just continues to bless the trails that you ride and the places that you go. And if you ever need anything, find a home church or something, give me a buzz, give someone in the office a call. We can connect you up with a home church and get a great relationship going with Jesus Christ, our Savior, this year. But anyway, parents, I can't thank you enough for tuning in to the weekly roundup. This was a great show. I can't believe how many of you were here. And until next Wednesday, stay safe. Remember, drive a little slower in the rain. And may God bless the trails you ride. Have a great day, everyone.
We were out on Lightning Ridge in the center of a storm. It was deep into October and I was fighting to stay warm. Stray cattle in the canyon and out on the mountain's edge. Old Charlie reined up heavy and he turned to me and said, "Son, this is where you separate the cowboys from the men. Hard times have come before, and they're gonna come again. So you can turn that horse and ride back home and wait until it ends, or just grit your teeth and bow your head and ride in."